Your buddy Moojuice Magic here, and every once in a while I'll see something that I want to comment on, which is pretty much every day because I have to have a comment about everything. It's not always true, I'm playing. Anyway, I did see a comment I wanted to address on X because it was a good question, actually. Kind of a question, worded kind of funny. I'm not really sure what the goal here was, but I want to address this. So this is Dr. Sydney Watson. People feel a lot more comfortable blaming the women making porn or OnlyFans content than they do blaming the men who participate, buy it, subscribe to it. And then they say curious. She's just curious. So there's a number of reasons for this. People blame the women making this because they decided to make it. I mean, that's the easiest one. Well, okay, if you took away the guys paying for that, then they wouldn't make it anymore. And look, yes, they would. They want attention. The oldest industry in the world is prostitution, period. Sexuality sells. It's just a reality. It's a base reality for humanity. Men are visually stimulated by things, and that gets us going. But there's a deeper question behind this that no one ever wants to broach. Now, I do blame the guys for being involved with it to a degree. At the same time, I don't. And I also don't blame the girls. I'm kind of in between on it. So here's why I say that. But I'm going to start with the guy thing first, because I can relate directly to that. The reason guys to do this and promote it, or look at this and buy it, participate, subscribe to it, and whatnot, is because they want attention. They want to feel something. This generation, the last few years, I shouldn't say this generation, but the last few years has been very difficult for men. We've been told that we're not allowed to have feelings, we're not allowed to have thoughts, we're not allowed to catcall, we're not allowed to look at women, we're not allowed to approach them. We're not allowed to have feelings because we don't matter. Men are the bad guy. Well, guys, I don't know, ladies, if you don't know this, guys rely on you. Deeply rely on you. Men open up more to one person, and that would be their spouse, than anyone in the world. Whereas girls can be emotional with everybody and have their group of friends and share their thoughts and feelings. Guys, we don't naturally do that. We only open up our deepest of our hearts to women. And specifically, one that we think that we're going to be with and spend time with. Well, when you don't have that, or when you're told you're not allowed to look for that or try to find that, or when the woman that you fall for refuses to do any of the things that make you aroused or want to do any of the stuff for you, but expect so much for you back, you're going to try to find that somewhere else. And that's incredibly difficult. And I'm just being completely sincere with you. Most marriages don't break up over, I know money is supposed to be the main cause. Most fissures in marriage and most men that cheat do it because their wives do not give them the attention that they're actually asking for. Or they don't feel like they can talk to them or open up to them or be sincere with them or tell them the truth without hurting their feelings or being told to be shut up. You know, it's difficult. It's hard to be a guy, believe it or not. It's difficult to be a girl too, I'm sure. But I've never been there. All I know is these guys are looking for something they're not getting somewhere else. That's why prostitution and pornography and things like OnlyFans, that's why that will always exist. And so, yeah, I blame everybody involved in propagating it and promoting it and keeping it going and keeping the wheel rolling on it. But the fact is, it doesn't matter because it's going to be there. Now, yeah, sure, some of these girls probably need that money. They probably never had anything. And this is an easy way to make money they've never had a chance to make before. And now they're making it and they feel important. Well, who's making them feel important? These guys that want to make them feel important. Because these guys want to make someone feel important. It gets weirder with the OnlyFans stuff and sites where guys can talk to the girl. Because then there's in the guy's head, hey, I know it's not a real relationship, but at least I'm acting like I'm forming a relationship. And she'll say something stupid or do something terrible, and you will see guys come out of the woodwork. And it's not just OnlyFans. It's not just pornography where this happens. It's YouTube girls. You will see white knights everywhere because they are lonely and they need someone to protect. Because deep down, men need someone to protect and to be with. They need someone they can share their entire heart with. When they don't have that, well, I mean, what's the next best thing? We go back to the first stimuli that turns us on about a woman, that finds that attraction. That's our eyes. It's what we see first. Dr. Watson, I'm sure you know. I don't know if you're actually a doctor, if that's a funny thing. But men are visually attracted first. First thing that attracts us is what we see. It's one of our main senses. If we can't see, usually our hearing or a sense of smell. After that, sense of touch. But we don't get through one of those before we open up and feel available to somebody. So that's kind of the answer. It's kind of a long, complicated answer. So yeah, I don't blame the girls either because I don't know their situation. Every girl's different. Every guy's different. The fact is, we're acting like this is something to just hate everybody over because we are. I don't know about you, Sydney. I don't know who this person is. I hear the name once in a while. I see it on X, but I don't know anything. I'm just hands up, straight up honest with you. But the fact is, like, we're trying to be conservative a lot of the time, most of us. And even the most liberal guys try to be conservative. They don't realize they are when it comes to women. When the women's rights movement moved up and girls didn't need guys anymore, what did you think was going to happen? How did you think things were going to turn out? Now we have increasing amounts of lonely dudes all over the place and girls with higher and higher standards with less and less to offer. So there's a lot deeper thing going on here than just this part of it. It's a good way to get into the surface of the problem. And guys have let a lot of crap go on, and we've allowed people to treat us like crap. We get told, hey, you can't get close to a girl, you can't approach them. You look at a girl funny, you get treated like a creep. Girls are taught to be scared of every guy. I mean, the bear in the woods analogy, that should tell you everything you need to know about women's mindset these days, and it has nothing to do with men. Because men have been beaten down for at least a decade and a half by women and by society. We're not allowed to be guys anymore. So that's where the good men go. They hide away and then it disintegrates. The good part goes away, and you have more and more douchebags who treat girls like crap. And you have more and more lonely guys who give their money to OnlyFans models and whatever site they're watching, or buy magazines or those DVDs you get at those vending machines. That's where this comes from. That's your answer to this question. And those who want to argue with me about it, you're inexplicably. I don't understand why you're going to try to argue with me. Because what I'm telling you is the truth. It's the hands down truth. There's no arguing the facts. You can get mad about it, but you can get happy in the same pants you got mad in. And then if you're alone, you can go get on your phone and look at some porn. And you'll be happy again. That's what I'm saying. Get where I'm going here? I know I drag it out in a weird way, but it's so strange not speaking to people face to face about issues like this. But yeah, I mean, we're going to have shame for people like this. Because another fun fact, a guy doesn't want to be with a girl who's been with 1,000 dudes. That's on her. She made that decision herself. I didn't make that decision. The guy watching the content didn't make that decision for her. She did it, planned it, advertised it, and there it is. And the guys that lined up, they probably just wanted attention. Doesn't make it good. I wouldn't want to be one of those guys. Ever. That's just a good way to get the herps. Made it this far without getting a stid. I'd like to keep it that way. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you feel this way, like, when you think about it? But this is a deep down thought. This isn't just a simple whatever. But girls have beat men down, dude. Men are trying to get back at it a little bit. I've seen a lot of younger guys, this crazy trend of guys just wanting to be alone, and that's not healthy. So yeah, there's a little blame on the OnlyFans content creators and the porn creators, but it's not just them. I mean, those guys are going to be attracted to someone somewhere. At least these girls are sexualizing it, and they'll see boobs. A lot of these guys have never seen boobs. You know how awesome boobs are? Boobs are the best thing. They're like the greatest. I have gay friends, boobs, favorite thing. Well, maybe second. Boobs are amazing. Even dudes want boobs now. I'm just telling you. It's our first food, titty. All right? Anyway, there's a semi-scientific explanation there. Psychological, anyway. I'm Moojuice Magic, and I love you in the face. If you like this kind of content, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Now, I have nothing to clarify. I have nothing against this question. I think it's a good question. I think it's worth looking into, and that's why I'm addressing it. But no one wants to address it. They just want to accept it at face value and go, oh, yeah, you're right. Spot on. Cheerio. When it's missing the mark because it doesn't address enough of what it is. It's a very serious question, and there needs to be a serious discussion about it. The discussion is a lot deeper than just these sites. So do I blame the girls that do OnlyFans content? No. I don't hate people for trying to get themselves ahead in life. Do I blame guys for participating in it? No. Why would I? You've been told you're not good enough. You've been told you're not supposed to be a man, that you're not supposed to have these feelings. And most of the time, no one gives a crap about you and your feelings. And you're left alone with no one to share it with. And you go right back to the first thing you know how to do. That's look. To see something that might give you affection or attention or vent for your feelings because you have none. Not even supposed to have those, right, fellas? So, anyway, that's the preachy version of it, I guess. I'm Moojuice Magic, and I hope this helps you deal with something that you're going through and go, yeah, maybe. Doesn't mean bitter, doesn't mean be hateful. It just gives you an idea why you feel you need to do this. Everybody treat each other better. And world will be a lot better place that way. There we are. Moojuice Magic, and I love you in the face. Like I said, I'm the hell out of here. I gotta go do something less heady. I'm gonna get a migraine thinking about these things because I'm small brained.